Hey everyone, this is the Dairy Queen exercise, and the reason it's called that is because it's modeled after a choir exercise that moves up and down in thirds, and it has lyrics that go, I will go with you, will you go with me to the Dairy Queen? I will go with you, will you go with me to the Dairy Queen? And in a choir, they would move that all over the place. But for the hammer dulcimer, it is kind of a cool exercise because we can learn some different ways of playing thirds that are, not necessarily what we always recognize as thirds, which is just every other note. Right? So I'm going to do it right-handed going up. So I'm going to lead with my right hand going up, and then I'm going to respond by leading with my left hand coming down. And then I'll reverse it later and we'll do a left hand lead up and right hand lead down. But here's what this pattern is going to look like. I will go with you, will you go with me to the Dairy Queen? Left hand. I will go with you, will you go with me to the Dairy Queen? So the first two notes going up are going to look like regular thirds to us. But then after that, this pattern is going to happen for four notes, or four, Then, coming down, same thing, the first two, then we're going to start that same pattern, coming down 4, 4, 2, 1. I will go with you, will you go with me to the Dairy Queen? I will go with you, will you go with me to the Dairy Queen? And that kind of breaks you free of always, thinking that your thirds have to move so this is kind of a nice thing to practice. It's not something that that I wrapped my brain around early on when I was playing the hammer dulcimer, so I would find myself wanting to move down in thirds and getting, that's kind of a weird thing to do. Whereas learning how to move up and down in these patterns, it makes it a little bit easier. So anyways, the left hand up, right hand down exercise is a little bit more familiar to what you would think of in as far as moving thirds. And the reason that I'm doing it the way that I do it is so that I can avoid crossing a hand underneath or over, so for example, if I'm crossing to the right side, if I'm playing something over here and then I need to move to the right side, I want my right hand to be the first hand to get over there rather than having to cross my left hand over. And same if I'm moving from my right side to my left side, I want my left hand to be the first hand to move over before my right hand. I don't want my right hand moving down and underneath my left hand. So if we start with our left hand, that was pretty much the same pattern the entire way. Never crossing my hands, funny. And now I'm gonna do a right hand coming down. You could also say, for example, go up with your left hand and down with your left hand, just to have something different. Same with the right hand. Just to practice both ways. And then the next thing that I would do with this exercise is practice, and I do this with the 5-note scale exercise as well, although I didn't say that in the video. I practice my double strokes on this exercise. So, oh, did I mess that up? Yeah. And then you would want to speed those things up as well, you know. So, I will go with you. It's like you're still going to Dairy Queen. We're just driving on a rumble strip. Anyways, that's kind of what I do with the Dairy Queen exercise. Practice it left hand, right hand, up and down, and then start working in the double strokes. And if you have dampers on your instrument, this is a great time to use them when you're practicing double strokes, because it definitely exposes you. The sort of the sustain or decay of the notes on the hammered dulcimer can kind of cover up some issues when we do things like double strokes. But when you dampen, then you can hear if your double strokes are even or if you sound like you're, you know, a train gone off the rails. And those you probably want to play even faster, but I'm not going to do it right now. Anyhow, so yeah, it's a cool exercise. Hope you enjoy it.